Beep, 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 beep. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Here we are. Court of the EDI Jester, welcome. Please subscribe and like this video, or share it to the Twitteroids or the Facebooks, whatever you want to do, whatever your sharing thing of choice is. I've got a couple of things here about Costa coffee. Now you know about Costa coffee because it costs a lot. We've had was it Starbucks that sponsored mermaids, or was it Costa? I forget. They're all as bad as one another, aren't they? Wagamama's another one with its ridiculous food and benches with you have to share with people you don't know, and they're all supporting this bollocks, right? So Counting the Costa by Lily Maynard. Okay, this is cracking. Counting the Costa, the glorification of cutting off healthy breasts. It seems to have become horrifically de rigueur to use young women who have had their healthy breasts removed to advertise products to young people, something we couldn't have conceived of to even 10 years ago. Yet, here we are. Costa Coffeegate has struck. Yet this is not the first time the trend has been exploited by marketing. This is the important thing from Lily's fantastic article here on lilymaynard.com. We all know that a company wishing to stay solvent will only promote or support something if it believes it is expedient for it to do so. That's an interesting one, Lily, because I don't think that's true anymore. And the reason I don't think it's true is because they've now got these social goals and corporate social responsibility. So they're ticking boxes for other stuff as well. So I'm never sure if it is. In March 2023, Estrid, using a non-binary model, ESTRID, Estrid, using a non-binary model, who had undergone non-medical elective breast amputation, or top surgery, as it's so cutely called by its advocates. That was somebody who had no reason to do it but took their breast off. Think about that, right? That's human self-mutilation. And they used that in their adverts for razors. The images were featured in a life-size billboard on a London Underground station and on television. Those who have complained to the ASA were told the adverts did not glorify top surgery, nor did it infer that the cuts might have been made with the razors. The fuss died down very quickly. Incidentally, Gillette appeared to have been the first company to use a trans-identified young woman, albeit a clothed one, to sell razors. Their 2019 My Best Self campaign featured First Shave, the story of Samson, wherein her father is shown proudly teaching his daughter to shave as she talks about her journey. Returning to 2023, in July the world was gifted a promotional offer from Doc Martens, home of edgy punk girls, since forever, now slave to the gender woo-woo. In the USA, Instagram giveaway, one lucky person could win a pair of DMs featuring on the side of the boots a picture of a girl with double mastectomy scars. We're giving away a customised pair of Docs by Jess Voss, gushed Doc Martens, inspired by the queer community. Oh, God. Mastectomy scars? WTF, comments someone called Leia, but she is drowned out by a barrage of voices. So cute. Oh my God, I need these. I think I'm in love with these. These are fire and rainbows. I need these. Me, like so me, enter to get, I would cry. Etc., etc. As an army of trans-identified teenage girls pour onto the post to leave comments and tag their friends, they sound exactly like the girls who gush over tit wizard Sibby Gallagher's Instagram posts. I wonder why. And there's a picture of someone called Himbo who has said, I think top surgery has helped my depression. It's an incredibly worrying response. In response to the criticism, Dr. Martens issued a statement on the 3rd of August which addressed nothing. Inspired by the creativity of our community, blah, 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 committed to defending dignity, representation for all, blah, 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 take a stand against hate, blah, 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 LGBTQI X plus community. Make no mistake, top surgery is now considered aspirational. If it wasn't aspirational, they wouldn't be using it to try to sell you shit. And so, unfortunately for Coca-Cola-owned Costa, their advert appears to have been the straw that broke the camel's back. But more of that in a moment. Believe me when I tell you that we have been marketing top surgery to babies for several years. It's a brilliant piece from Lily Maynard. Excoriating, that's the word. So, Lily, I'd like to thank you for that, and I'm going to point you in the direction of Lily Maynard's article because it is incredibly worth reading. It's a really brilliant article, and I'm going to move us on now, if I can, to a separate piece, which I also think is not only worthy of praise, but also is well worth you taking a look at alongside the one by Lily. This one comes from, when I can find it, this one comes from, who does it come from? Oh, yeah, right, hang on. Bear with me while I find the bloody thing. I've lost it now. That's sod's law, isn't it? Right, okay, here we go. From Camilla Tominey on the 4th of August. So that's from the Telegraph. Again, in the Dewberries for you, just so that you've got it, okay? I'm not sure what's more offensive about Costa Coffee's cartoon featuring a young person who's had a double mastectomy. How many oat milk matcha lattes must the snowflakes at Costa have drunk to come up with this orgy of wokery? You have to be freebasing frappuccinos to think the best way to prop up post-pandemic Americano sales is with a big old van featuring large lips, blue hair and breast removal scars. I'll have one mastectomy-infused mocha, please. Naturally, the bizarre image went viral on social media, leading to calls for a boycott of the coffee franchise, following hot off the heels of Nike being criticised for getting transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney to model one of its sports bras. It seems customers have had it up to here with transgender promotion being used to flog products. Like all companies which unthinkingly ram this nonsense down our throats in some misguided bid to be down with the gids. Genius. That's a referral there to the recently closed gender identity development service at the Tavistock Clinic. Down with the gids. Oh, that's so good, Camilla. Down with the gids. Costa claims it's celebrating diversity, right, and creating an inclusive environment to encourage people to feel welcomed, free and unashamedly proud to be themselves. They're not themselves if they're whipping their tits off. You unremittingly, unrelenting tossers. But that only seems to apply to people who think it's a good idea to be showing off the scars of what, to women suffering from breast cancer, is often an extremely traumatic experience. They talk about this stuff so blithely. It's top surgery, which is of course a euphemism for the mutilation of a body. If it's done for non-medical reasons, then if you're somebody that's had to struggle with breast cancer, it must be unbelievably traumatic. I've spoken to women who've had this done. My grandmother did. Right, it's traumatic on multiple levels, and it's not a simple operation. They've got to stop pretending it is. It's not. We're just gonna get rid of the bags under your eyes. It's not that. These sick, twisted. Ugh. There is more at stake here, however, than mere gender identity wars. Maya Forstater, the fearless campaigner who is on board of Sex Matters, a human rights organisation, calling for clarity on sex in law and policy, hit the nail on the head when she said in response to the Costa image, young women are being sold a lie that if they have their breasts removed and take hormones, they can become men, or at least avoid being women. There's the big one. Avoid being women. For what Costa is doing here is glorifying major surgery that women may later come to deeply regret. In doing so, it is trivialising the underlying mental distress and body dissociation suffered by teenage girls who think they've been born into the wrong body. Sex Matters calls it a social contagion and medical scandal masquerading as a social justice movement, which is what it is. Ultimately, this attempted normalising of transitioning turned a largely psychological issue into an ideological one. Yes, we're hitting the nail firmly on the head here, What was going to happen when you made a mental illness an identity? And the scars, it turned it into an ideological one to the detriment of the troubled young people going through it. And the scars, social, psychological and physical, remain long after people have taken puberty blockers or undergone gender reassignment surgery. As Dr. Hilary Cass's interim report into GIDS concluded in April, there appears to be predominantly an affirmative, non-exploratory approach that has been applied to young people who identify as trans, which means there has not been adequate exploration of the other issues that may affect them. You've got 2 articles there, both of which are incredibly worth reading. One from the Telegraph, as I said, and the other one from Lily Maynard. Go and have a look and share them because they're great stuff. This, it shows no sign of stopping, and where the hell are the government? I just hope they're coming up with something. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're sitting there mulling how best do we deal with this. But the whole concept of being trans needs to go, I'm afraid. They're not going to like it. But it's my identity. Yes, but you made it up, right? So no, all right? No. The rest of the world is not living by your subjective lunacy. But my lived experience, yeah, that's just your opinion, right? Because it's not been washed through the marketplace of ideas. Okay? Your identity is formed by others, not by you. Your identity is formed when you interact with others in the social sphere, and when you do so in a way that enables people to get to know you and understand who you are and how you tick. And then over time, the gossip behind your back will mean that your identity will be decided, but it will be decided by others. And if you screw up and you come, and you behave badly and your character appears to be remiss, you'll find out about it. And then you get the option to put your character right. So I would say to you, if you're a young person identifying as trans, I'd stop doing it really quickly. Right? Really quickly. Because coming back from that is going to be a very hard corner to turn. Far harder if you keep doubling down. Stop the nonsense. You're just you. Okay? By the time you're 18, you'll have a personality, right? Which is rather like an uncut diamond. Then you have to work on that. You have to work on your character. Because your personality is you. You've got to work on your character. Work on your character. Polish that diamond. Polish that diamond. Because we need you. Right? We need young people, specifically young people who are able to think clearly, young people who are smart, young people who have abilities that we don't know about yet, which you won't find because you'll be living in a facsimile of yourself. You'll become a product that you have branded, which you will sell to the world with its top surgery and its trans joy and all the comorbidities that come with it. And then you'll die younger. It's not complicated. All right? It's not complicated. That's what happens. So, yeah, go read the 2 articles, buy me a coffee, super thanks, usual stuff. Have a great day. I know that was a bit of a deep one at the end there, but what the hell? We need to know what's going on. We need to make sure people understand that this needs to stop, and it needs to stop immediately. The adults need to say no. All right? I'll see you later, good people.